If you are wanting to travel from Bangkok to Nakhon Pathom to visit the Phra Pathom Chedi, this video is for you. I will share the various ways of traveling to Nakhon Pathom, including a secret shuttle service that I recently discovered. The distance from Bangkok to the Phra Pathom Chedi is not that far. For example, the distance from Terminal 21 Mall on Sukhumvit to the Chedi is only 70 kilometers or roughly 45 miles. So the first option is simply a taxi or the Grab app. At the time that I made this video, using the Grab app, I entered Terminal 21 and the Chedi as the endpoints, and it quoted a fare of 800 baht, or just under $25 US. I suspect that depending on your negotiation skills, it would be possible to take a taxi for even less, and you could negotiate a round trip. There are also a number of tour services. If you typed in Nakhon Pathom Chedi tour into a search engine, you would find a number of tours. The cost of these tours obviously varies with the tour and the services provided. All of these, whether it's a taxi, the Grab app, or a tour, are not really that expensive in the grand scheme of things. But one of the things that I like about living in Thailand is how inexpensive a person can travel here, and there are less expensive options. The first is to take a bus, minibus, or shuttle van from the Southern Bus Terminal, also known as Sai Tai Mai. There is more than one vendor here that can take you to Nakhon Pathom. I have traveled from the Southern Bus Terminal, but not to Nakhon Pathom. I do, however, know that it is possible to catch a shuttle van here for just 50 baht. The only problem with the Southern Bus Terminal is its location. It's not convenient to travel here if you are a tourist. Neither the MRT nor the BTS lines have stops anywhere near the Southern Bus Terminal. To get to the terminal, you either need to take a taxi or Grab, or another bus. So while the Southern Bus Terminal represents an economical option, it's not the most convenient. The next option is to take the train, and I really like this option. There are multiple trains from Krung Thep Apawat Station, Bangkok Station, also known as Hua Lamphong, and the Thonburi Station that can take you to Nakhon Pathom for as little as 14 baht for a third-class bench-type seat and a fan car. From the Krung Thep Apawat Station, there are routes that have air-conditioned cars and individual seats for a bit more money. The very same train that leaves the Thonburi Station headed to Kanchanaburi stops in Nakhon Pathom very near the Chedi. This particular train, whether you take the train to Nakhon Pathom, Kanchanaburi, or even all the way to Nam Tok, the termination point, the fare is a flat 100 baht for foreigners. I have a separate video about taking the train from Thonburi Station to Kanchanaburi, and I have included a link to that video in the description below. I have also included a link to the State Railway of Thailand, or SRT, website, and they have an app. I will tell you that there are routes that appear on the website that do not appear in the SRT app. I suspect that is because tickets for some routes can only be purchased at the station. The train from Thonburi to Kanchanaburi is an example of that. My favorite option to travel Nakhon Pathom, though, is what I call the secret shuttle. It's not really a secret, it's just not widely utilized by foreigners. I discovered this by accident. I was looking at pictures online of areas around the Chedi in Nakhon Pathom, and in the background of one of the pictures I saw a bus with lettering that read BTS Bang Hwa, with Bang Hwa spelled in Thai letters. BTS Bang Hwa refers to a transportation intersection in Bangkok. After some poking around in the internet, I was able to find out some information. There is an hourly shuttle van that runs between the Bang Hwa Pier and Nakhon Pathom, and the ticket is just 50 baht. What I like about this option is the convenience of reaching the pickup point. The Bang Hwa intersection is the termination point for the Green Line BTS that runs from National Stadium to Bang Hwa. It is also a stop on the MRT line. So if you are staying in a place that is close to the MRT or BTS, you can reach the pickup point without needing an additional taxi or bus ride. The company that runs the shuttle service is 997NK, and I believe the NK stands for Nakhon, as in Nakhon Pathom, as the address I found for their office was in Nakhon Pathom. They don't have a website or an app, but they do have a Facebook page. If you search on Facebook for NK997, you will find them. I have a link to their Facebook page in the description. Everything on their Facebook page is in Thai. The shuttle routes do not seem to have a fixed schedule, or at least not one that I can find, but they do have posted hours of operation. These are their hours of operation. The top portion of this is for the Pink Lao minibus. This runs between Nakhon Pathom and the old Southern Bus Terminal and the new Southern Bus Terminal at Sai Tai Mai, which I showed on the map previously. The bus departing Nakhon Pathom starts at 4 in the morning and runs till 8 p.m. The bus departing at Sai Tai Mai starts at 6 in the morning and runs till 10 p.m. The bottom portion of this is for the Bang Hwa Pier van, the secret shuttle. The van starting in Nakhon Pathom operates from 5 a.m. until 7 p.m., and the van departing the Bang Hwa Pier runs from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. The pickup point for the shuttle van is at the Bang Hwa Pier. The Bang Hwa Pier, as you might expect, is at the canal next to the Bang Hwa BTS and MRT station. To find the pier and the van pickup point from the station, you want to exit the station at exit 5. This is on the first level of the station above the street, and it is near the ticket office. This exit is slightly obscured from view until you get close to the ticket office. At the time that I made this video, it was the only exit that had green support columns. So if you are having trouble finding this exit, go to the side of the station and look out. You are looking for the covered walkway with green supports. Down the exit stairs is the walkway that leads to the Bang Hwa Pier. After a short walk, you will come to stairs that lead to the pier. If you walk past the stairs, you will reach this sign, which is about 40 feet past the stairs. A few steps further, and you will get a nice view of the canal. At the bottom of the stairs is a sign for the Bang Hwa Pier. If you face in the opposite direction with your back to the pier, you will see this. In the background of this picture, you can see the street. This is where the shuttle van picks up and drops off passengers. If you walk to the street and turn and face the pier, you see this. The green park bench in the lower left of this picture was where I bought my ticket for the shuttle. A few minutes after I arrived here, there was a lady sitting there that sold tickets for 50 baht. The lady spoke a little English, so getting the ticket was easy, and I had already prepared 50 baht for payment. This is my ticket. The yellow card with the NK1 on it indicates that I was the first passenger to buy a ticket. By the time the van arrived, there were 3 other people that also had tickets. Since I had the number 1 yellow card, the driver had me board and choose my seat first. From reading the Facebook page, it appeared to me that the shuttle bus is well utilized at different times, particularly on religious holidays. I am sure the yellow cards are used to help determine who can board when the number of passengers exceeds the van seating. I traveled mid-morning on a Wednesday, and there were only 4 total passengers. This is the actual van that I rode in. You can see that the door is a slightly different color than the side panels. This is an indication that at some point in the life of the van it received some damage. You can formulate your own speculation about how that damage may have occurred. This is the seating in the van. Bench-style seats with independent backs and headrests. The van was configured for 13 passengers, and that is including the passenger seat in the front next to the driver. The seating capacity was indicated on the side of the van. When I bought my ticket, the lady wrote the van number and the boarding time on the ticket. You can see on the top of the ticket 10:45. At 10:45, the shuttle pulled up, and by 10:49, the passengers were seated and we were on the road. The trip from Bang Wah Pier to Nakhon Pathom took 1 hour and 5 minutes. The van had air conditioning and it was a comfortable ride. This is the map of the area near the Phra Pathom Chedi in Nakhon Pathom. Train station is here. The drop-off and loading point for the shuttle van is here, on the street right next to the canal. The Phra Pathom Chedi is here. So whether you arrive by train or by the shuttle van, it's super easy to go to the Chedi. This is a view of the intersection at the canal, looking back towards the train station. And if you turn around and face the opposite direction, this is the view across the canal bridge headed towards the Chedi. The return van to Bang Wah leaves from the same location as the drop-off point, and there is an office to buy the ticket. You will notice that the van location is slightly west of the intersection at the canal. The building with the green and yellow awning right next to the van in this picture is where you buy your ticket. The ticket office looks like this. The red lettering above the window on the left reads Van BTS Bang Wah, and the dark blue lettering above the red letters reads Ticket Sales. It then shows the hours of operation from 5 a.m. to 7 p.m. I will share that when I visited this office, the people had a great sense of humor and they did not speak English. Fortunately, the Thai words for Bang Wah are Bang Wah. I simply said Bang Wah, and she understood I needed a ticket to go to Bang Wah. The ticket was 50 baht. The van that took us back to Bang Wah boarded right at the top of the hour. There were only 5 passengers. The van returned to the same location where I boarded earlier in the day. The shuttle van made this an easy day trip to visit an extraordinary temple. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and feel free to subscribe to my videos. I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching.